Well, hello YouTube. This would be my first video and probably my last, honestly. Everybody kind of knows what's going on with the Iran, Israel, and kind of with all the world. I just kind of wanted to show you this calendar from 2020 and 2040 going down here, and then you have 2000. So we have this basically history repeating itself. As you can see, back in 2012, 2013, 14, 15, we had the widespread Islamic bombing. You know, we had the Benghazi attacks. It was the Olympic ritual of COVID with all the beds and the nurses. And we had our faults into the world. You know, history is kind of like this mirrored pyramid as I'm showing you. And now we have in 2025, sorry, that was a bee out here. Thought it was about to get me. And it might be. I'm going to walk away. But we have this mirrored history almost that's repeating itself. 2025, 2026, 27, 28. Seems like we're going to be going into this war. A lot of people are talking about Ezekiel 38. And what you don't understand is that the Jews, the elite, they are playing out the Bible. It's almost a scripted kind of thing. But, you know, we had the first seal in 2020. This is a lot what people say. Apollo, the pharmakia. We had the white horse of Revelation. Then you have the second seal, which is happening now. It's like this peace is taken and murder is happening. Even with, you know, Trump, the assassination attempt, and Charlie Kirk, and we have all these things going on overseas. I mean, it just seems like it's just this script is playing out. And then you have the third seal, which is this divide between the rich and poor. You know, it will probably be a new monetary system, this black horse that is almost like a deception where people will get money and probably won't have to work for it. Like they said, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. But in the same sense, it's a deception. Then you have the fifth seal, these new bodies that it talks about, these avatars that all the saints get that have went through all of this, all of the people that have died. Almost like, you know, they're talking about, you know, when is the fulfillment of your when will you make things right, Lord, basically. Then we have, you know, the sixth seal, which is what the elite are preparing for. It's 2040, this beginning of this tribulation. Some would say it's a magnetic pole shift. Others are saying that it's, you know, some kind of a black hole moment or a disruption in the celestial bodies where the sun no longer gives as much light, or the moon, the third of time is disrupted. And we have all these situations where after the sixth seal, it's almost like man is no longer in control of the judgments, where we see like these things are scripted by man. It's almost playing out by man, and it's all leading to the sixth seal of Revelation. And there are things after the sixth seal that are to be worried about. But right now I'm just concerned on these things going to 2040. You know, if you look at the mirrored reflection, 2040 is like this Y2K moment. Where remember they said the lights would go out, the computers wouldn't be able to roll over, this technological catastrophe where everything would shut down. And you know, you remember the scare. It's almost like they were spiritually and some way consciously preparing us for this 2040 moment. And you know, some believe it's Nibiru or planet X or some kind of celestial body that pushes our planet 90 degrees over. And there are things that have proven it in the Antarctic ice that mammoths had food in their mouth, and this event happens in one day. Some would call it the day of the Lord, but guys, I just wanted to show you this. You know, I'm not saying this is fact, but a lot of this information comes from Jason of Archaix, and you know, even my own little spin to it, because I think that you know, this awakening that people talk about, it's kind of like a false awakening, because everybody thinks that things are going to get bad, but honestly they're probably going to get really awesome. They may get bad for a few more years, but they're going to bring peace on the earth like we've never seen, and it's going to be such a great deception, because people are going to basically believe that Jesus is back, and that all these miracles that the Antichrist are going to do are going to be like re-fulfilling prophecy in the New Testament, like where Jesus would heal people, and it's all going to be on the stage for people to see. And I don't doubt that the AI is going to be involved with that deception in some way, in some type. And who wouldn't worship a man that could heal their daughter of cancer? Who wouldn't worship a man that put $1 million in their pocket? You know, it would be such a great deception, because people will think that heaven is on earth, and just a couple years later you're going to have a catastrophe while everybody's asleep. In a spiritual sense, you know, the black horse is almost a part of that spirituality dying in people, because there's so much material for everybody now. Nobody has to worry about anything. And you know, that's the deception. Is like, you know, imagine a world where we just don't have to pay for anything anymore, and it's just kind of delivered to our door and given to us. And then we have this man that leads everything, and if you step against him, then even his followers would want to kill you. But, you know, it would be crazy, because, you know, I could see the Antichrist coming and setting up a whole situation where he crucifies himself right before the magnetic pole shift, where it would seem like he was the Messiah to people. And oh no, we killed the Messiah, but it was just a great deception the whole time. But anyways, guys, this will be my first video, probably be my last. But I just thought I'd come on here and kind of just give my spin on things, because it would seem that they are following the script.